What's up, everyone? Welcome back to AI on Crypto. I'm your host, the American Icarus. On this channel, we talk about cryptocurrency prices and trends, altcoin gems, all things on the blockchain, doing what we can to help fill your bags to the absolute max while keeping you far, far away from Wreck City. And today, we're going to ponder something. We're going to ponder a ponderance. I'm going to consider the unthinkable. Is Ethereum finished? But before we get into the discussion, if it's your first time here, please go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to add you to the community. Tap the bell for all notifications, and if you like what you see, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. Okay, is Ethereum over, guys? I don't know. Actually, I do know. Ethereum is not over. So, spoiler alert, it's not over. But is Ethereum going to continue to be the king of smart contracts? Is Ethereum going to usher in mass adoption? So if you're new to crypto, mass adoption is what we say when the moment comes that essentially everybody uses crypto in some form or another. Text messages have been mass adopted. Emails have been mass adopted. These are the types of things that everybody uses. It's worldwide and it becomes very large. To this day, despite all of the headway and the amazing price action and the huge market cap of the cryptocurrency sector, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the others, despite all of that great stuff, a truly low percentage of the population today actually owns any crypto. And if you take Dogecoin out of it or some cryptocurrency that people just buy because it's on Robinhood, but you should actually consider that actually because it's part of mass adoption. You know, crypto becoming available on apps like Robinhood's a big deal. And it has expanded people's use of the currency. So Bitcoin was the first, and Bitcoin has the absolute best name recognition. Almost everybody has heard of Bitcoin, but for every other coin, they don't have near the name recognition that Bitcoin has. In fact, just a few days ago, my boss, who knows I'm into cryptocurrency, my boss at work, he started talking to me about it. And he said, well, how can I buy a whole Bitcoin? I had to explain to him the whole, you can buy small pieces of it, fractional. And then we got to other coins and he was asking about them. And I was like, yeah, Ethereum. And he's like, what? How do you spell that? The man had never heard of Ethereum. And I know once you get into cryptocurrency, once you start following YouTubers, once you start buying digital assets, all of a sudden you feel like Ethereum's everywhere. But it's really only within our small world. And there's a lot of capital and value and money and wealth in our world because smart, wealthy people are starting to realize crypto is the future. But let's get to the subject, which is Ethereum finished? Why am I even talking about this? So Ethereum was really the first and the best smart contract protocol. It is amazing. Incredible things like DeFi have been built upon Ethereum. Coins like Chainlink are around because of Ethereum. All that smart contracts can do today, you could say, is because of Ethereum. But these fees, guys, these fees are a real problem. And I'm not just talking about like I'm bitter because of all the network fees I pay, the gas fees I pay on Uniswap and other apps and dApps. I'm really thinking here about the future and what coins do I want to own? How much of my portfolio do I want to be Ethereum? Now, I don't think Ethereum is finished by a long shot. I think Ethereum at this point, if Bitcoin can be a store of value, at the very, very least, Ethereum should be a store of value. And I know it sounds crazy calling Ethereum a store of value coin, being that it's the king of smart contracts. But truly, there have been many other blockchains emerge that when I go and experience them, my experience is better than what I get on the Ethereum network. An example would be a little known coin called the Conflux network. This is a great layer 1 blockchain that has actually been able to create its own DEX. They have their own decentralized exchange, and through this DEX, you can trade, swap, yield farm, do whatever with Ethereum assets that you can actually send to the Conflux network, and you can trade them and swap them and do all this stuff layer free on their DEX, Moonswap, and you can do it all without paying any network fee. Not a smaller network fee, no network fee. Then there's other networks like Tron. And Tron is fast, guys, and it's cheap. There is network fees, but it's tiny, okay? But Tron doesn't have the status that Ethereum has. Ethereum has the status. All of the excitement, the energy, and importantly, the creativity is on the Ethereum network. The NFT craze is blowing up on Ethereum network. NFT artists and super creative blockchain developers love Ethereum, and that's where it's at right now. But lately, with all of this network usage and this further adoption, the gas fees have gotten worse than I thought they would, to be quite honest. And I'll just give you an example. So I had a smaller altcoin that I owned, and it had done pretty good. I had a very small position in it, and it got to the point where it was about $1,400 USD worth of that coin. And I said, that coin's done well, but I want to stabilize my portfolio. I want to swap it for Chainlink. So I could have swapped it to ETH, sent the ETH to Coinbase, and then they're going to swap it to Chainlink, but that made no sense. So you know what? I said I'll swap this coin directly for Chainlink, okay? So we're talking about $1,200 USD worth of Chainlink and our worth of digital asset, and I'm going from this smaller altcoin to Chainlink. In order to confirm the swap on Uniswap, I had to pay $50, okay? After confirming the swap, I had to pay another $200 to do the transaction. So there's two network fees you got to pay there on Uniswap to exchange an altcoin to a different altcoin. You don't have to do that, I don't believe, if there's Ethereum, but whatever. So anyways, $50 to approve the swap, okay? And then another $200 to do the swap. So to exchange $1,200 worth of a small ERC20 altcoin and change it to Chainlink, it would have cost me $250. That's a large percentage of $1,200. Like, how much Chainlink would have to do so well with regards to the other coin that I was leaving in order to make up for that $250 on a $1,250, investment, if you will. That's a lot of money to pay. And as much as I love Ethereum, as much as Ethereum is awesome, I wonder, how could this bring forth mass adoption? How could it? When the average American or the average person can't meet the challenges of a $1,000 life crisis. They're like, where's the $1,000 coming from? They don't know. They don't have it. Like, how is somebody with $100 to play with going to get into crypto on the Ethereum network? Think about this. If you had $200 and you wanted to get into crypto, how the heck are you going to get past Coinbase? Okay, you buy your $200 of Ethereum on Coinbase. You're pretty much stuck there because you better not get that $200 to Uniswap, because if that goes to MetaMask, if that $200 goes to MetaMask, unless you have a lot more money that you're going to send later, you got to say goodbye to that $200 for a while, because it will cost you at this point with the current prices and the current congestion. It's going to cost you half that $200 just to send it back to Coinbase. So if you want to do swapping, or if you want to buy NFTs, like, guys, have you guys bought NFTs? Have you used NFTs that are in-game items on the Ethereum network? The fees for NFTs are way higher than even swapping fees. So here's how it works. The more complex the transaction, the more complex the smart contract, the more gas it fees. So an NFT that has all kinds of cool features is going to be a relatively complex smart contract. And it just takes a lot of money even to buy and trade and sell NFTs. Yet, on that blockchain project that I just mentioned, the Conflux network, they have budding NFTs that you can swap, trade, and there's no network fee for the swapping, the trading, the selling, or the buying of them. There's the cost in Moon token of what that NFT is, but there's no network fee. So if I bought a $200 NFT, I'm really buying a $400 NFT, because to buy it and then later sell it or transfer it, that's another $200. So this is what I'm saying, guys. When there are awesome, viable, great new smart contract blockchains out there that have no network fee, who have several digital assets to play with, more people in the world have less than $1,000 to play with than have more than $1,000 to play with. And with the way things are right now and the way they're going, I don't see how a person with, let's even say $1,000. Let's say you have, okay, I think you can still do some stuff on MetaMask and have some fun and make some good investments with 1,000. But let's take it down to 500. You're not going to do anything with $500 on MetaMask with the amount of money transactions fees are costing present day. So what's going to save Ethereum? So you got Ethereum 2.0 coming out with sharding and features that are supposed to make the network faster. Now, I have heard from many sources, and I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, I want to hear your opinion. Leave a comment down below. What I've heard is that, yes, it'll be faster, but the network fees won't be solved by Ethereum 2.0. So that's why a lot of Ethereum heads, they say layer 2 is the future. Now, when I say layer 2, it's kind of like what I was talking about with the Conflux network, where you're actually swapping, trading, buying, selling, yield farming Ethereum assets on another blockchain with no network fees. It's complicated how this occurs, but essentially, if you send your Ethereum assets to a layer 2 blockchain, what's happening is that a contract is being issued locking your Ethereum assets in a stored wallet, or locking them in some simple way. Okay, they lock them. And once those Ethereum assets are locked, an exact replica duplicate asset gets created on that layer 2 blockchain. For example, the conflict, so an Ethereum would go to a C Ethereum, okay? And these layer 2 assets are pegged exactly in value to the layer, to what's going on in the real world of Ethereum layer 1. And then you can begin trading and doing all these other things. So that a lot of people say layer 2, that what I just described is going to quote unquote save Ethereum. But at what point do you say, well, if I have to go to this blockchain for layer 2 to do things with Ethereum, yet this blockchain also has great layer 1 features, because I'm going to go back to the Conflux network. Yes, you can trade ERC20 tokens totally gas free, no network fee, and you can do that on the Conflux network. However, they're growing and they have incredible layer 1 capabilities. So at what point are you just going to say, well, I'm just going to start doing things on the Conflux network, or Tron, or Cardano, or Neo, or Polkadot, or the Flare network. And the Flare network is another one, guys, that I look at and my stomach says this could be big, okay? I follow some really good YouTubers. A lot of them, they're really into the Ethereum network, Polkadot. I tend to follow these types of guys because that really is where the excitement is. But I've noticed something. They never have talked about the Flare network. Okay, what is the Flare network? The Flare network is a well-funded smart contract protocol with a great team behind it that is being built around the XRP asset. So this smart contract network is going to utilize and integrate with XRP. It's also building partnership with Doge and other assets, right? So XRP is one of the biggest communities out there, automatic community, all right? And what if it's like Conflux Network or Tron, where what if they can do on the Flare network everything Ethereum can do it with XRP and the Flare token? What if it can do all that with no network fee, or with a tiny network fee? They're already working on NFT minting, and they're doing things with gaming. One of the things I loved about Ethereum, I thought that they were going to produce NFTs that would go and integrate with and be great for video games, and that truly blockchain NFTs and video games, when you know more about it, you understand it can change the world. It can offer people a way to support their families through their gameplay instead of work they don't like. That's another subject. I thought Ethereum network would do that, would bring that forth, but the fees are too high. So guys, unless the solution, not to the speed, yes, the speed too, but the transaction fees, I don't see how Ethereum is going to have the most market share amongst smart contract protocol, because most people aren't wealthy. Therefore, And unless all the people, some are in Tron, some are in Conflux, some are in the Flare network, some are on Cardano, and it all mixes up, and then Ethereum remains kind of the largest. Now look, guys, here's why I think Ethereum is not going to die. In fact, I think Ethereum will continue to grow in price over the long term, but I'm starting to feel in my gut that its market share dominance is not going to be what I maybe thought it was going to be a year or so ago. And the reason is a person with less than $1,000 cannot truly enjoy and profit from the Ethereum network, in my opinion, present day with fees. So unless the Ethereum network can get those fees where they were over the summer when no one was in crypto, then I think over the course of time, Ethereum will survive and will continue to be a status symbol. I think assets on the Ethereum network and Ethereum, some of them are always going to be valuable, like because of the status they bring. The way people pay $1,000 for a Louis Vuitton bag that costs $5 to make. Same thing. Ethereum will provide status, and it will be the coin of the elites. And because of that, I'm going to continue to try to own Ethereum because I've always wanted to be elite. You heard? So anyways, that's my rant. I'm looking at things like the Flare network, Cardano, Tron, Neo, Conflux network, and I'm saying, wow, these technologies are truly as good as ETH, and they're not as expensive. How long is it? But I continue to use Ethereum network, guys, because the coins I get on it, they've been growing so much that, okay, I'm going to pay a little bit of a fee here. All right, I'll pay $200 to get this coin because it's going to 10x, right? But what about when all these other networks start 10xing? When the first dApps and developers and projects go to Cardano, when Goguen launches and stuff like that, then what's going to happen? I guess we're going to have to wait and see. If you didn't do it in the beginning, hit subscribe, tap the bell, do a thumbs up. See you on the next video.